Get your reactions ready. The live portion of the show will begin in just a moment.
High and deep to right center field. Way back and gone.
I believe that on a night this cold, anybody can hit the ball up there on the top deck.
Today is Monday, April 24th, and the Yankees are in Minneapolis to take on the Minnesota Twins in Game 1 of a two-city road trip. On the mound was Johnny Brito, and he was hoping for a little bit of support from his offense. My recap and your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Hey guys, quick story/ad time. Recently, the Yankees had a day game, and so at the last minute, my wife and I decided to go out into the city, and we decided to use the Game Time app and go see a comedy show, and I gotta say, it worked great. I could not believe how easy it was to get tickets right there on my phone. Took about 5 minutes, and that's why I'm excited to have Game Time back as a sponsor for NYY Recaps tonight. If you're looking to catch a Yankees game or any other event, Game Time guarantees the lowest price for last-minute tickets. And right now, if you download the app and use the code NYY Recaps, you'll get $20 off of your first purchase. So why wait? Download Game Time today and start enjoying all your favorite events, hassle-free. Again, use the code NYY Recaps, no spaces, and you'll get $20 off your first purchase. Lowest price on last-minute tickets, guaranteed. Hey guys, belt goes to the Voyager 2 spacecraft, which is speeding off away from Earth at 39,000 miles an hour.
Let's go. Belt winner.
Horrible, horrible game. Once again, FG is perhaps freezing it better than I could. Pathetic. Are we ready to accept that this team is not going to win the division? Right now, they look like a fourth-place team. To me, I think the quote of the night goes to Jeff Nelson, who said, when this team is down 4-0, it feels like 10-0. And I agree with that sentiment 100%. 100%. Before we get started, tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., we will be talking about something a little bit more fun. We're going to have Jack Curry on this channel live to talk about my all-time favorite team, the 98 Yankees. We're also going to talk a little bit about the 2023 team, if there's much to talk about. So if you have any specific questions that you'd like me to ask Jack, go ahead and leave them in the comments. And, of course, tune in. We might take a few questions from the audience as well. So tonight's game had my attention for a lot of reasons. First of all, it was 35 degrees in Minnesota, open-air stadium. You know, it sounds fun in theory, and it's nice during the summertime, but this time of year, it's absolutely rough. Secondly, Johnny Brito, rematch versus the Twins, who bludgeoned him to death in the first inning a couple of starts ago. He made it out of the first inning this time, but not much farther. I did think he looked a little bit better, though. Also, we were facing a couple of old fan favorites, shall we say, Sonny Gray and Joey Gallo, and they both stuck it right to us tonight. Just stuck it right to us.
Postgame show is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.
Joey Gallo was actually playing first base tonight, which I'm surprised he could remember where it was based on his time with the Yankees. But to his credit, his stats look good with the Twins so far. I think the pitch clock is benefiting him because he doesn't have time to step out of the box and, do all this and try and figure out what the hell he's going to do. He just swinging them, see ball, swing it ball. That's pretty much what he's doing right now. Working a lot better. Outstanding booth combination from Jeff Nelson and Ryan Ruocco tonight. I wish they had a more exciting game to call. Ruocco is one of my favorite play-by-play guys. He called that game against the Twins several years ago, all-time classic, where Aaron Hicks made an unbelievable catch to end the game. Tonight he ended the game in a different way with an extremely pathetic-looking strikeout. And that was pretty much the story of the entire game. The offense, well, the pitching wasn't great either, but the offense was dead in the water for most of the night, just 6 hits. And eventually you have to start getting more than 4, 5, 6 hits in a game, right? There was a tweet from Frankie tonight that said the A's have more hits at this point than the Yankees do. I couldn't believe that. Hey, we got Val in the chat. Where is it? Oh, man, my sound effect isn't working. I have a sound effect for you, but it was that he can't hit for nothing. I must have lost it. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, both teams were really quiet early. A lot of long at-bats from the Twins tonight. I think that they just kind of, got too many good looks at Brito. He was done after 2 2/3 innings. He left 2 men on base. He allowed 3 runs. And Sonny Gray was just filthy. We never saw anything that dominant when he was with the Yankees. Joey Gallo hit a 432-foot home run in the 4th inning. I was actually kind of laughing. I'm not going to kid you. I was just, I couldn't believe, it was one of those laugh because it kind of hurts. He never hit a ball that far with the Yankees. That was a longer home run than he ever hit with the Yankees. He just looked way more comfortable. He even hit a fly out. With the Yankees, he couldn't even make contact. He had no clue. Just looks way more comfortable. And Sonny Gray's slider, as I recall, the Yankees wanted him to throw that and he wouldn't do it. And he was throwing his curveball. They wanted him to throw the breaking ball in the dirt, but he didn't want to do that because Gary Sanchez couldn't block it. So the Yankees kind of screwed him up. He goes elsewhere, and he's been better since. 2 stories of guys who just couldn't handle New York, but they handled New York tonight. Unbelievable. Franchi Cordero, some of the worst at-bats you've ever seen in your life tonight. Horrendous at-bats. I mean, the guy's missing curveballs by 2 feet. Pedro Serrano handled curveballs better than that. Right now, I got to say, Yankees look like a 4th or 5th place team offensively, at best. They did manage to load the bases off the Twins in the 8th inning, but Rizzo struck out to strand all 3 runners because, remember, guys, it's not a hitting competition, it's a run-scoring competition, right? Also, bottom of the 8th, there was a fly ball to right field, 95% catch probability, but Franchi Cordero's out there dancing around like fucking Baryshnikov. Ball bounces off the warning track for a triple, 10th hit of the game for the Twins. Yankees did get a run. They dented home plate in the 9th. 2nd straight day that they've avoided the shutout. I guess there are minor miracles in this world. But they've lost 2 in a row. Tough night. And the Rays actually won to go to 20-3. Plus 93 run differential. Yankees have lost. The Yankees offense has scored 3 runs or less in 9 out of the last 11 games.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Jack Rebus says 2023 Yankees are reminding him of the August Yankees from last season, and that's a very apropos comment. I mean, this is exactly what it looked like, just dead in the water. And congratulations to the Voyager spacecraft on its belt for being 39,000 miles an hour away from Earth every hour, getting further and further away from this game. I don't even know how to talk right now. Doug says, Volpe, Judge, and Rizzo can't do it all by themselves. Well, nobody did much tonight. Volpe had a hit. Judge had a hit. Torres had a hit. DJ had a couple of hits. Bottom of the order was done. I mean, just Cordero 0 for 3, Cabrera 0 for 4, Trevino 1 for 4, Hicks 0 for 4. Hicks is hitting 107. 107! Are you kidding me? 107! And we're continuing to run him out. I mean, they don't run him out there very often anymore, but still. Franchi hitting 174. Cabrera hitting 211. Volpe, I'm going to cut some slack. He's a rookie, but he's hitting 194. Guys, we can't keep running guys out there that hit 200. We got to adjust the roster. This is 100% on Cashman. Hal said, we're not done. after they signed Carlos Rodon, who we still haven't seen, by the way. But guess what? The guys that they weren't done, the guys they got, were Franchi Cordero and Willie Calhoun. Are you kidding me?
Don't fail me again.
Awful. Stone Cold says the best minor league teams could beat the Yankees right now. I'm sure. Frankie says first belt for Voyager. Voyager 2, Frankie. Let's be precise here. Darren says you can't measure if a pitcher's good by how well they pitch against the Yankees right now because the lineup sucks against everybody. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's turning into a little bit of a rant session. Former TSTV says, yeah, I'm done. Canceled my Yes app subscription. I'm not paying to watch these losers anymore. First of all, I didn't know people actually bought the Yes app. They charge for that? I thought it was free. All I know is they got 3 ads on the screen for the Yes app at all times. Yule says, Hicks is nearly off the interstate, but in the wrong direction. He's getting onto those rural routes, those country roads. Redeeming yourself for last night's bad takes. So I figured it would just be a night where we just take your guys' reactions for a while. I don't think we even really want to look at the box score, do we? I mean, it's just ugly. Nobody wants to relive that. Frankie says, Yes app is free, and people are still getting ripped off. And then Mike, the AC merch, says, glad I didn't have a chance to watch this one. And Scotto says, Cashman, scraping the bottom of the barrel as usual. Look, I know Harper's out right now, but I'll never forgive Cashman for not signing Bryce Harper. I followed Bryce Harper from the time he was a teenager. That swing was built for Yankee Stadium. He wanted to be a Yankee, but no! That was the most slam dunk move ever. Imagine that offseason if Cashman had done what the fans wanted. The fans wanted him to go out and get Harper and Machado. Boom. That's all you needed to do, baby. And, you know, you're saying, would Harper be out right now? Well, he might not have broke his wrist because he wouldn't have been in the same position last year. But hey, that's a whole alternate universe that Voyager is on its way to explore. Gray says they should pay us to watch, and I agree with that sentiment. Wayne Wilcox says blow it up. Just blow it all up and bring in any prospect that shows promise. I do think we need to get some prospects up here. Steven says it's $20 a month for the Yes app if you don't have cable. All right, well, if you don't have cable, you want to watch the Yanks. That's one way to do it. But seriously, I feel like you're getting ripped off right now. This is not a product that's worth $20 a month to watch. That's for sure. That's for damn sure. And I think you'd agree with me on that one. We got a lot of people. Mike says Hicks on the Appalachian Trail. He's almost off of paved streets. I love it.
Absolutely. Hey.
I had somebody complain about the Rocky thing. Maybe I'm using it a little bit too much, but anyway. A lot of people complaining about Judge right now. Look, the reason I'm defending Judge is because he's in a little bit of a slump. Judge has enough credit in the bank with me to assume that he's going to come back and be great because he's always great. He goes through slumps every year. And I'm fully confident that he's going to come around. But it can't just be Judge, right? You know, Stanton can't stay healthy. That's something the Yankees should have prepared for. You had all winter to go out and trade for pitching depth, for outfield depth. You got no depth. Parkson says, Cordero looks clueless. Those were some of the worst at-bats I've ever seen from a professional baseball player tonight. There was a curveball that he was about 2 seconds late on. How does that even happen? Unbelievable. Kenyon says, wow, just wow. Words sometimes just don't fully express the way we feel. You know, the despair from watching this offense right now. It's physically painful. It causes me actual physical pain to watch this offense. To watch Glaber. I mean, Glaber had some horrible at-bats tonight, too. You know what? Matter of fact, we will look at the box score because it'll jog some memories a little bit. So, you know, Volpe, he actually could have had 2 hits tonight. He hit a rope back up the middle that Correa made a very nice play on. So, and he also drew a walk. I'm still confident in Volpe that he's turning it around, that he's starting to get going. My guess is this time next month, and by the way, I turned 40 in a month and a day, May 25th. I hope that by that point he's hitting 230, 240, probably, you know, a few more home runs, hopefully some more extra base hits. Judge, right now he's hitting 244. That's no good. You know, we expect more out of him. Rizzo's still hitting 300, but he had a tough night. Torres 1 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. He just did nothing against the slider. Bailing out on the slider. Just completely throwing his ass out and just waving. Jack says Machado would have been nice at third. So we got somebody saying the Yes Network is the Yes app for out-of-market Yankees fans, direct-to-customer, is $19.99 a month. I live in San Diego, so it works for me. That's fair. That's fair. If you live out of town, you can't get the games. It is what it is. But I still have sympathy and empathy that you're spending your hard-earned money on this team. Hyperbeast wants to trade Glaber. The Yankees had a chance to trade him. I still feel like they should have restructured this team quite a bit this offseason. You know, we said going into the offseason that the Yankees needed major changes, and there really were not major changes made. I mean, you sign Judge, you re-sign Tommy Kahnle, and you bring in Carlos Rodon, who hasn't played yet. So essentially, it's the same team, maybe even a little bit worse. You expect to get a little bit more offense and a little bit better defense out of shortstop. You know, that's already a plus. I think that, Volpe, for as much as he struggled, he's pretty much got the same OPS that IKF had last year. I think IKF was in the 600s. Let me look it up. But you figure Oswaldo Cabrera would give you more out of left field, and he really hasn't. So last year, 642 OPS for IKF. And what did we say that? So Volpe's higher. You know, what Volpe's done so far during his struggles is better than IKF did all of last year. That should tell you something about IKF last year. So you figure you're just automatically upgrading there. You figure hopefully that you're going to upgrade in left field. You know, Cabrera over Gallo. But Cabrera's not done much lately at all. You know, having a healthy LeMahieu has been nice. It's been a positive sign. But overall, this team just does not look much better, if at all. Douglas Rouse says, it's like angels in the outfield. He's referring to the slow swing by Cordero, where he sends a bat hitter up to pinch hit, and the catcher catches the pitch, and then he swings. Pretty tough for a major league hitter. Ben K, is it football season yet? Well, luckily we got basketball going on. We got hockey going on. A lot of other sports to tune into, you know, if you're not into the Yankees right now. But, you know, some of us, baseball is the sport that we love and the sport that we watch. And it's just exasperating to see a team struggle this much and have the same problems year in and year out and have all these recognizable issues that the fans, you guys, can see, but that the Yankees don't address.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Joe Higashi says, oh, Lordy, turning 40. Hopefully. still got to make it. Rayward says, 3 players under 200.
You gotta go.
Unacceptable. Could be worse. Could have 4.
Most impressive.
The Black Crayon says Hicks hitting 107 and a clown emoji. And Chase shares the same birthday and the same 3 letters of his last name. So let's hear it for you, Chase. I'm looking to see. Yeah. NYY News TV, Pete said, had a rant on this one. I also had a nice little rant. I'm going to have to update the title because that's what this game called for. I mean, you can't watch this game and have a sober, measured reaction to it. Not if you're a real fan. You can't. I mean, is it possible to be both astonished and not surprised at the same time? Astonished that this team came back with the same roster, first of all, but also not surprised. But I'm also astonished that we have this little reliance in our farm system, that you have to go out and get Franchi Cordero and Willie Calhoun. We can't give Dunham a shot. Hell, I mean, Florial was not good, but even he didn't miss as badly as Cordero does. I mean, that was awful tonight. Guy's got a hole in his swing the size of the ozone layer hole. Unbelievable. Just nonsense. Nonsense. All right, guys. Demetrius also embarrassed. So we're going to call it a night. We're going to wrap it up. 11 a.m. tomorrow. Jack Curry will be on. We'll be talking about the 98 Yankees. Until then, my friends, live long and prosper.
Hey everybody, if you've made it this far, we thank you. If you'd like to support NYY Recaps, please like and subscribe or pay a visit to our Shopify store for some great Yankees merch.
Yes.
If you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description. But if you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, just visit NYYRecaps.shop. If you really want to support NYY Recaps and help keep the show going year after year, join up as a member.
Join us.
It's $5, and members get their names up in lights during each post-game show. We're also on all podcast platforms, Instagram and Twitch this year. So give us a follow if you use any of those platforms. We're expanding, and we have you to thank for making this such a great community. We'll see you next time.
It is your destiny.
Case closed.
Ball game over.
Most impressive.